Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'm going to bring you a very simple card, but oh so elegant. We have a stamp set called the Decorative Doily. It does have matching dies to go along with it. It was one of our old bloom boxes, and I will tell you that it is one of the most gorgeous stamp sets I've ever seen. It's got some great little words in there. I just absolutely love it. So what I want to do is just show you this very fast, on-the-go card. You can add a sentiment to it if you want to, but you don't have to. I love these kind of cards for my card box because I can just put them in there. I can make 5, 10, 15, 20, put them into my card box, and then when I'm ready to grab one, if I need to put a sentiment, I can put a sentiment on it, and if not, I can just write a nice little note to someone. So I love these kind of cards. Super fast, super easy, but really pops a wow to it. All right, so let's get started. We're going to get a scrap sheet of paper because we're going to go over the edge just a little bit. So I'm going to bring in my rock candy paper and my whipped cream ink. So we're going to do the gray with the white, and I have 3 of the stamps from that set, and they are all the doilies. I'm going to start with my bigger one. I like to work bigger to smaller because that way there, you know you have enough room for everything. All right, so if I were to do my small one first, I might not have enough room to do it all. All right. I always do the ink to the stamp when it's a large stamp like this so that I know I have it very well inked. All right, so I'm just going to kind of hang it off the side just a little bit and stamp it down. Look at the gorgeousness of that stamp. It is so detailed and so beautiful. All right, I'm going to take my next smaller one or my next larger one, whichever, and just stamp that one down. I'm going to overlap them just a little bit. It's kind of like collage stamping. All right, and there's that one. Look at how gorgeous. I just can't tell you how detailed these stamps are. You need to see them in person. They're just absolutely beautiful. And then I just take my little guy right here. I'm going to stamp him and overlap him also. All right, so I'm going to lap his right there. All right, and then I have one spot left. I'm going to go back in with my big stamp right here and add a little bit more. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is to set this aside and let it dry because it does take a little bit of drying time because of the pigmented ink. All right, so there's that. We're going to set that aside to dry, not too far, because as it's drying, I'm going to put on my pearls. All right, so I'm going to bring in my set of pearls. We have there's 3 different sizes on here. I'm going to bring in my bloom tool because you guys know how much I love my bloom tool, and everybody should have one of these. My favorite one is the dental tool, and this one, that's why I have them on here. But if you ever need to change these, there are 7 little pieces to this, okay? So here's the other 7 right here. I love my spatula to get things off of my dies. We have the embossers, and then I have another little pokey thing right there. But to get these off of here, what you do, and I have a whole video on this so you can go and watch it after you get your bloom tool, you're going to just pull down this piece right here. And what you're going to see is a little ball bearing right there. That is what holds this in here. So I'm just going to pull this out, still holding this all the way down. To change it or to replace it, you are just going to pop it in there like that, decide where you want it, how high up you want it or how low you want it, and then what you're going to do is let that go, and that locks it in there. All right, I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that because this card is so fast and I needed some drying time. So Deb Valder loves to talk, so I just wanted to tell you about my little bloom tool. Everybody should have one of these. All right, so with my bloom tool, I'm picking up this little guy. Another thing is that these are all in one. So when you are taking and getting something out of your die, you've got your little brush, and then to poke out the rest of it, you just use this. You don't have to have 16 tools out in front of you to complete your project or to get it out of your die. All right, so there's one. I'm going to take and put the little tiny one onto this guy right here. And then what I want to do is to add just some other pieces here. So I'm going to add the 3 sizes up here. I like this. I think it just makes it look elegant. And here's the middle one and the small one. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing down at the bottom. Basically what that did, and you don't have to do this, but basically what that did was it just filled in the spots that were empty. Now I could have filled it in with more doilies and used this as a one-sheet wonder or a background stamp, but I decided I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make it simple and easy. All right, so now I'm going to grab some of my layers and start layering. So let me bring in my card right here, and I'm going to, because this is still just a little bit wet, I'm just going to turn it over onto a scrap piece of paper here and put on some of my adhesive here. Let's see, where's my Easy Glide? All right. Nice and light with the Easy Glide, okay? You don't want to press on it. That's absolutely the opposite of what you want to do. I'm going to just center this on here like this. And then I'm going to take my ribbon. I have about, I would say about 18 inches of ribbon here, all right? And I'm just going to make a little bow. And I'm going to center it over. Now you can always change it afterward. But when I say change, I mean move it, and I'll show you I'll show you when I do that. All right, so let's just make a little bow right here. Not to pull too hard. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty, and then you just kind of fussy back and forth until you get it the size that you want. I love this organza ribbon. It colors every color of our stamp pads, because you can take and just run it across your stamp pad. I love that. And then I'm going to take my Grand Pro shears and just put these at a little angle like that. Okay, that just kind of made it look a little bit nicer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it where I want it to be. And when you do that, you don't want to take and just kind of slide it around, because you're going to crack the sides of your cards. So what I do is I take the back part of it and I take the front part of it and I move them in opposite directions. And when you do that, it just slides so easy. Now I want it to go down over the center of this one right here, the center of this doily right here. And the next thing we're going to do is add, I told you this card was super simple. All right, I'm going to add some of my Journey foam squares. I think I'll get my big ones here. And just add some of those to the back end of this. You know me, I always cut out the middle. Very rarely do I not, and it's usually if I'm in a really big hurry. I don't even have to take off the middle of that one right there, because that's just kind of a placeholder. Let me grab my card base, which is just our whipped cream card base, cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And here is your beautiful, elegant card. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous? If you have any questions, you let me know. I'm here to help. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.